Hi, friends. It's been a minute. It's been a motherfucking minute. Things have just been in a little bit of a transitional stage, and I think it's time to explain exactly what's going on. Our bus that we have been overhauling got kicked off our property. One of our neighbors reported it to the city and said that it was a nuisance and that they were tired of looking at it.
Don't look at me.
So let me back it up just a little bit. I came home from work one day, saw a notice slapped on our door, or on the side of our house rather, that just said, commercial vehicle must be removed, signed the city that we live in. Probably at this point, maybe 5 or 6 weeks back, got the notice. Immediately we contacted the city. The agent that was assigned to our case was very sweet and apologetic, but pretty matter of fact, just, hey, it is what it is. The neighbor sees it as a nuisance. There's nothing that I can do. Also, I think your bus is too heavy, and also it's a commercial vehicle. We let her know it has not been operational as a commercial vehicle since it has been in our possession. We tore the seats out the first week that we got it. We painted the bus, removed the school bus signage, everything that would denote that it would be a passenger vehicle for children transporting them to schools. Also, it is legally registered and insured in the state of Virginia as a van. And then as far as the weight limit issue, we asked if we could take it to a weigh station to prove that it did fall under the particular parameters that she mentioned as far as the weight of the bus being too heavy for our driveway. But all that to say, it is now parked 5 minutes away. So if you could say a prayer for that ground 5 minutes from our house a mile away that it doesn't break through, that would be really great. What she told us as well is that the city wouldn't care about our bus unless someone had reported it. So it's kind of, if it flies under the radar where we live, you're solid, you're good. So technically right now we are allowed to park our commercial vehicle bus outside our house from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., but then we have to move it throughout the night. So it's too heavy for the ground, but it's not too heavy for the ground as long as it's during the day. It's a commercial vehicle, but it's not. Someone sees it as an eyesore, so they don't have to look at it at night, but they would have to look at it during the day. Silly rules. They're basically paying at a rental space at a communal artistic space. Nothing else. This is just kind of given us a kick in the ass to get moving faster, and now that we are paying for a space, kind of boost up that incentive to get the project done a little bit faster. I might as well give you guys kind of an updated walkthrough of the bus. We have Butler's poof that he loves to sit on while we're working. I have painted a second coat on these. I think I'm gonna need to do touch-ups again. We just installed these white panel wood walls. These are just all from free pallets that we found. On this side, we have the seats that have been installed. We're gonna find maybe an IKEA storage unit for when we first walk in to store dog things and jackets. So here are the seats. They do lift up for additional storage. There's going to be a small table right here. Both of these seats were also made out of repurposed wood from cabinets. Anything that is covered in paint right now, there's going to be flooring over, so not to worry. We also put together this IKEA piece. We put this together actually inside the makerspace one Friday night. It was really fun. We just got some snacks and built that together. This is kind of a catch-all storage right now. I went ahead and repainted this area. We're gonna have a laundry chute and then maybe extra blankets or pillows or something like that, but we could basically have a basket stored underneath. Really laundry at the very end, so that'll be easy to take out through the garage whenever we do laundry. We have the window clings up. This is going to be the bathroom area. I just cleaned off this emergency exit the other day. Oh my gosh, look at the before, guys. World's better. We're changing what we're doing with the ceiling. After a stroke of genius the other night, Sam decided we need to figure out something else for the ceiling. We have these gigantic thin boards.
It's like glorified cardboard.
Yeah, that we thought was going to be really beautiful. Installing it, I think, is going to be more difficult than either of us bargained for. And in the long run, I think it's going to deteriorate a lot faster. Now we're going to do individual slats.
It's a learning process.
We're learning here. We're literally, we are
through
learning.
The process of learning.
And now we know.
And now we know.
And you know as well.
So, took all of these going like that down. I want to put into the insulation so there's enough room to put this up next to the rib, and then frame this whole rib, each rib, on the side so we can put individual slats across.
Here's the start of the first rib. These are getting adhered to one side of the rib, so individual ceiling slats can be adhered to them as opposed to the really large pieces that we thought we were going to use. Hello.
Ooh.
Another project that we've been working on that I really wanted to include in the video is the countertop that we've been working on.
We originally did a kind of like a river table, but it didn't really turn out the way we wanted it to. Too thin and not deep enough. So we decided we would go with a butcher block. It would just look better aesthetically.
Inspiration picture.
And we decided to coat it in epoxy to keep it from getting all danged up.
And the epoxy has definitely been a process for sure. After we glued everything together with wood glue, let that seal, work its magic over 24 hours, we came back, we sanded it down until it was buttery smooth. It felt so good and it looked so nice. We did a couple different coats of tung oil, and for a while we thought we were going to stop there. Or I should say, I thought we were going to stop with the tung oil. Sam knew better and was like, we need to put some epoxy resin on this, because already just from being stored at the makerspace, it was starting to get little dings in it from us placing things on it. The pine was just super supple and it's gonna get banged up in the bus. There's no doubt about it. We did 3 coats of epoxy at home, and then I went in and sanded it down for like 2 hours, 2 or 3 hours, and we're still not happy with it. It just needs a little bit more. It just needs one more pour, and then I think it's gonna be great. There were just a couple of like divots and places that no matter how much I sanded, it just wasn't it. It wasn't even. So again, learning process. You picked out some epoxy and some hardener for one more pour. We'll probably show you that in the next video. And then you picked out a sink as well, which looks fantastic. So the first sink that we got accidentally was like massive. I hope I still have some footage of that when that first sink arrived, because we could all bathe in that sink.
Yeah, it was like a utility room sink.
Yeah. So.
Always read the description.
Yeah.
I did not.
Oh, I thought the dimensions were just off.
Anyway.
So we have a good sink now. We're in good spirits about it. We're super excited. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for some more bus content. We can't wait to take you guys along so you can see how the ceiling's going and progressing and how the countertop looks once it's installed. Bye guys. I feel like I'm at a bar right now.
What can I get you?
Give me a Singapore sling.
Fresh out.
Damn.